Good evening, Boat Club. It's Monday, August 1st. It's about happy hour. Sitting on top of the roof of the boat club. Why? I have no idea. Well, primarily I'm here for this little guy. So this is our newest addition to the boat club. This is the antenna for Starlink. Some of you know Elon Musk, the constellation of satellites called Starlink. You can see them sometimes at night. I think they've made a record 60 launches already this year. I don't remember how many thousands of satellites are now orbiting in low Earth orbit yet, but I'm about to add power to this thing, and it's supposedly it automatically tilts and finds where it needs to be pointed and gets that set up. Now, not many people are using the internet at the club, not just because it's terrible, it's not high speed at all, but this is important for our POS system. We have been struggling a lot, and there just is no high speed optical cable at all to this region. And when we've called the local providers, they're going, well, we could investigate bringing, having that, but I think at some point they realize that this particular part of Mission Bay is at some point is going to turn back into marsh, and ain't nobody going to spend any investment in utilities on upgrades, I'm pretty sure. So that's briefing number one. We'll go downstairs for the rest of today's topic. Okay, then just a couple of fun things. It turns out to be a haul-off day. Why don't you look in this area? For those of you who wouldn't even know, this is the area behind the bar. Was completely cluttered and full of junk and unorganized. And this morning, Tom and Lefty have been back here. They put a little deck over there. That's where the washer and dryer are going to go, in that corner. So this is looking really nice today. Also, sandbox, which turns out to be a dumping ground, whether we like it or not, has been cleaned out completely. All this stuff is kid stuff. I think Elise Young is going to come grab that. But look, we got a home to the paddles for the youth. And look over here, you can actually get to that bar now and those tables. So in the middle of all this, we're doing inventory management for Chandler Hall, because people don't know where stuff goes, and you know how things just get thrown. So we're basically making a system where we know what goes there when it's set up, and when it needs to be torn down, we have a temporary storage place, and we know exactly we know where the temporary storage space is, which some of it's in here, some of it's out there, the clear place we just cleared, and then people know exactly how it goes back. So it's a lot of work, but baby steps. Sure does go easier when you got good, hardworking guys like Tom and Lefty, just to mention a couple. All right, so this is our little load. But one thing to note, if you see either of these two gentlemen at the bar, do not let them buy their own drink. Okay, let's talk about the schedule and agendas. This Friday, Private Domain Unplugged will be playing for Friday night steak night, which is also prime rib night. Private Domain Unplugged, this is a pretty special event that is signature boat club, amazing. I think it's Paul Schaefer and Jack Butler. These guys have been really famous, if you will, around San Diego since the 80s. They've had a historic career, is my understanding, and they have a pretty strong following. It's not their first Friday night, nor hopefully will it be their last. But try to take advantage of this Friday night. We'd love to have turn in a big Friday night, and that's this Friday, August the 5th. On Saturday, we got a couple of things going. Many of you already know that it's Del Mar at the Races. You probably already have your tickets. You're looking forward to that. I am now making some arrangements to have some hamburgers and some things for people to eat when they get back to the club. Looking for volunteer grillers if anyone is interested, because people are going to be hungry by the time they get back from that event. Now, simultaneous to that event and on our calendar is the paddleboard bar hopping trilogy that starts in front of Paradise Point near the pier there at 10:30 in the morning. I'm going to have my boat. I generally act as the chaser and the ambulance and maybe the cooler boat, if you will. If you need a ride over, if you want to participate, I can take some people. Like if you get a board and you don't want to drive around, put your board in over there, I may be able to help you out with that. Send me an email. Either way, I'm leaving the dock on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. headed towards Paradise Point for the paddleboard pub crawl. That's always a lot of fun. This Sunday, the San Diego Youth Kayak Clinic continues on. I want to take the opportunity to give an attaboy and a shout out to Paula, Jenna, and Red. I'm told that there's no way in hell that this program would have been able to even exist without experienced educators and teachers and people who knew what they were doing, and people who are able to keep the kids herded and keep it interesting. It's been hugely successful until now, and it's one of the things that I'm most proud of. And of course, goes without saying, our Commodore Brian Nisnik. This has been his baby, and I'm really thrilled in how well this has worked out. So that continues on. I know some of you guys are also contributing and volunteering for that. I'm sorry I didn't make mental notes, otherwise I would have called more people out, but you guys know who you are, and really appreciate you helping with those kids and keeping them safe and then feeding them at the end of that thing. So that continues on Sunday. Now, interestingly enough, on Tuesday, August the 9th, San Diego Surfing Hall of Fame induction ceremony is being held on our property. Yet another day of the week where there's nothing going on. There's zero revenue. Maybe we sell $200 on a Tuesday. We are open 7 days a week now, but generally we don't make money on many or any of the days during the week. So we're trying to fill in, right? This is a really big event. We're going to have all hands on deck, full staff, inside, outside bars. They're putting me to work. We may need more volunteers. So if you're interested in that, that's Tuesday, and I guess that's a pretty big deal. I'm really excited that the boat club can be a part of that. The guys in charge of this thing were really thrilled about the property. So I'm thinking that this may not be the last time that they have this annual event. In general, we need the business. Revenue was down about 10% from an operations standpoint, bar galley, during the month of July. July was still good, solid month, but people are doing other things, I'm estimating. So anytime you got Friday night, you're on the fence about where to go, or Sunday brunch, the revenue is really appreciated if you come down and spend a little dough at the boat club. Labor Day weekend is going to be big. It's a little early, and we'll review this, but I don't know that we've done a good job of publishing it yet, but let this be the blast that the Mission Bay Masters Golf Tournament at Mission Bay Golf Course is the Sunday of Labor Day weekend. Saturday, concert on the lawn, Sears Brothers. Sunday, Mission Bay Masters starts at like 10 in the morning. We'll go all the way out probably until 4 p.m. And at 4 p.m. we'll have a concert on the lawn starting Classic Buzz has been hired for that event. I think that is about all. I do have a message from the OMBAC guys. They wanted me to communicate their sincere appreciation to the boat club and the boat club members for accommodating them and allowing them to rent our space every other Monday for their meetings. So once again, that's a one day of the week that the boat club was primarily empty, where we could generate about $300. Now we do we do 1,300 on a regular meeting, and then as we got closer to OTL, some of you noticed their group started getting bigger and bigger, where we were netting $2,000 on a Monday. The interesting thing about that $2,000 is it's 98% cash. Every month, the boat club spends on merchant fees on average about $2,400 a month just to pay the bank for all the credit card transactions. When we can take a group of their size and bring them in every other week and they pay cash, and we can add $4,000 a month of revenue and not increase merchant fees, it's a pretty big deal. So it's worked out for sure for us financially. I think it's a good fit, and the only reason I'm bringing it up is because they asked me to mention their sincere appreciation. One other thing to note is now that OTL is over and OTL season is done, that group shrinks substantially. So Mondays are going to be a lot less crowded in that front room. We're going to go back down to one bartender, I'm told, on Mondays. So that's the briefing on OMBAC and our larger weekday events. It's all I can think of at the moment. As far as I know, things are doing okay. Things are looking up. Summer is moving way too fast. We got Labor Day staring us right in the face. So thank you guys. Thanks everybody for contributing and all that you do. We'll see you at the club.